Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
Protecting your property, it's something police want you to do, especially now because car thefts went up 50% last year. What you can do to make sure that your car stays safe.
And this week's rain led to trash piling up and down the San Antonio River. How will this mess get cleaned up? We'll tell you. But we're going to start with late breaking news first. Bexar County Sheriff's deputies say a man was found shot and killed along a rural Bexar County road.
So right now they are investigating along the 9500 block of South WW White Road. The night team's Patty Santos tells us what we know so far.
This is WW White Road near Old Corpus Christi Road. And if you know this area, if you're familiar with this area, then you know that this is pretty rural. Around 7 o'clock tonight, Bexar County Sheriff investigators were called when two drivers found a man laying in the middle of the road. Investigators believe that the man is in his 20s or 30s and he was shot right here on site. Now, at this moment, they are still trying to identify that man, but more importantly, they're trying to figure out who killed him. WW White Road is going to be closed for the next few hours, and tonight the Bexar County Sheriff's Office is asking anyone who may have heard some shots or may have some information about this homicide to call them at 210-335-6000. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
So now we have a question for you. What are you doing to keep your vehicles safe in 2024?
Something you might want to think about. Over the last year, San Antonio police say they are seeing a 50% jump in car thefts.
Tonight team's Avery Everett asked police and auto shops what you can do to protect your property.
A sound that's loud and possibly preventative.
It's more noise, more chance of being spotted, so they want to avoid that. They want to get in, get out in under a minute.
At Mother's Window Tint, out on the north side, Joe Calvi sells multiple car alarms a day, just like this.
People want to prevent theft.
And it's likely due to an increase in stolen vehicles.
It's been going on for a very long time.
Just 1 week ago, San Antonio Police Chief William McManus shared the city's 2023 crime statistics during a public safety committee meeting. He reported that San Antonio saw a 53% spike in car thefts.
It's a big business, and as far as I'm concerned, people need to be held accountable and they need to be held in jail.
Across 2023, SAPD says Kias and Hyundais were the most common types of vehicles stolen. A breakdown of the city's top stolen vehicles by make and model is already available on KSAT.com. But SAPD says all drivers and car owners need to be on alert.
If you see something suspicious, you see someone looking into cars and parking lots, call police.
The top advice? Always take your valuables out of your vehicle.
That all attracts criminals to your vehicle.
So how else can you combat a crime of opportunity? Car locks and clubs are SAPD's recommendation.
Hooks up to the horn and a siren as well.
At Mother's Window Tint, Calvi says alarms are also an option.
We want to make it hard, unattractive to take the vehicle, and alarms do that where the steering wheel locks do not.
With such a rise in crime,
it all needs protection these days.
Calvi says prevention is the best way to stop criminals in their tracks.
So we know it's an issue across the city, but you might be asking if any parts of town are more at risk. This map from the department shared with me shows hotspots for vehicle burglaries across the city. So the spread, as you can see, is pretty much everywhere. But there are some pockets downtown, on the west side, on the north side, and especially along I-10 on the northwest side. Steve, Stefania.
Thank you, Avery. Finally, Senate leaders have struck a deal on immigration. Sources close to the situation in D.C. tell CNN the deal is part of a larger package that would include more money for Ukraine and Israel. We don't have details on the immigration part of the policy, but sources indicate the plan would significantly restrict illegal immigration at the southern border. It would also speed up the asylum process to consider cases within 6 months. Right now, that process can take up to 10 years.
So more details of the plan could become public by next week. However, House Speaker Mike Johnson has already warned his Senate colleagues that if the details that have come out so far turn out to be true, the deal is, quote, dead on arrival in the House. Former President Donald Trump has also told Congress not to support the bill. So while that plays out in D.C.,
another border battle continues between Governor Greg Abbott and President Joe Biden. Shelby Park at the center of this conflict. It's the park in Eagle Pass right along the Rio Grande.
We've told you about this. We've brought you there. Earlier this week, the Department of Homeland Security demanded that the state surrender Shelby Park by midnight tonight so that Border Patrol agents could finally have access to it. But the state of Texas has not complied. Border Patrol says it needs to get in there because it's the only place with a public boat ramp in Eagle Pass, and it's also where a lot of migrants try to cross into the U.S.
Today, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton sent the federal government a letter saying point blank Texas isn't backing down. The state hasn't let Border Patrol into the park since January 10th.
Getting a little foggy outside right now. We're seeing that fog develop out there, and visibilities will be reduced a bit through the night. But I don't expect it to last all that long because a weak cold front's moving through. That's going to kick up the wind and likely scour out that fog close to sunset tomorrow morning. Now, speaking of tomorrow, I think we'll have a decent amount of sunshine. It's just going to be windy. You'll notice some gusty winds. 47 in the morning, then only 61 in the afternoon. So a little on the cool side. Most of the day spent in the 50s. We'll talk about the rest of the weekend. And I have a drought monitor comparison along with a little caveat to the drought monitor where I expect improvements in a bit.
All right, thank you, Adam. You know, all that rain and the water causing more than your grass to grow.
Yeah, you look at this and you probably think, hey, it's probably a creek, a greenway. Nope, it's actually tons of trash multiplying right along the San Antonio River.
The Night Team's Patty Santos tells us who's in charge of cleaning all this up.
It's absolute disgust to see this.
Irene Mitchell is angry and embarrassed to see the amount of trash piled up and dangling on trees along the San Antonio River near the Espada Dam.
I've seen toilet seats. I've seen pieces of a bed. It's just, you name it, it's out here. And the amount of plastic bags. We're not doing anything about these lousy plastic bags.
This is what several days of consistent rain will wash away from the storm drains across our city. And she blames all of us.
Pick up your trash.
So who's going to take care of it?
What you clean up on your street, you're saving it from getting here.
Charles Blank says the responsibility falls on all of us.
Sometimes the government can't handle all our problems for us, and the population needs to give a helping hand.
On Saturday, Blake will be leading a group of volunteers with River Aid San Antonio for a 3-hour cleanup at the Espada Dam.
You will never flick a cigarette in the street again. You will think twice about grabbing that plastic bag from HEB. Behaviors change once you really see how bad this problem can get.
Last year, RASA collected more than 118,000 pounds of trash.
Every single creek is screaming out for help, as well as the river.
Saturday's cleanup is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bring a reusable water bottle and closed-toe shoes. Another cleanup will follow next Saturday. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
In other news now, the State Department has cut off more funding for the United Nations Relief and Works Agency after some of the agency's workers were accused of participating in Hamas's October 7th attack on Israel. Israeli officials say that several agency employees took part in that surprise raid that killed 1,200 Israelis. A UN leader says the organization is investigating those allegations and that anybody who was found to be involved will be held accountable. That announcement came just a few hours after the UN's top court ordered Israel to prevent genocide in Israel without calling for a ceasefire. Now for a look at some of today's big headlines in your Nightbeat News Flash. A Manhattan federal jury says that former President Donald Trump has to pay writer E. Jean Carroll more than $83 million in damages for defamation. This is coming years after Trump publicly disparaged Carroll and denied her allegations that he raped her in a department store back in the 90s. Trump, meanwhile, called the ruling, quote, absolutely ridiculous and says he plans to appeal. The Justice Department reaching a settlement with the state of New York to resolve the sexual harassment claims against former Governor Andrew Cuomo. The investigation found that then Governor Cuomo subjected more than a dozen women to, quote, non-consensual sexual contact and unwelcome sexual comments. The agreement also states that actions are now being taken to make sure that that kind of behavior doesn't happen again in the New York state government. Boeing 737 MAX 9 airplanes now cleared for takeoff. The head of the Federal Aviation Administration says that he's confident the planes are safe as long as airlines follow new inspection procedures. If you remember, those MAX 9 jetliners were grounded after a door plug blew off a plane earlier this month when it was midair. The incident forced a massive investigation into the fleet of Boeing 737 MAX 9 planes all over the U.S. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash.
Coming up, a local police department changing the game when it comes to watching body cam footage. Why they say this new measure will benefit everyone living in that community.
Plus, the freedom to move. A little boy in San Antonio suffering from skeletal and muscular conditions will finally be able to move on his own. And it's all thanks to a local high school senior.
And before we head to break, we want to remind you of another weekend of road closures here in San Antonio. The main lanes of Loop 1604 at the I-10 interchange shut down through 5 o'clock Monday morning as TxDOT continues to work on the massive traffic expansion there. For a complete list of all the changes and a map of the closures this weekend, scan this QR code on your screen. We'll be right back.
Imagine being able to look at footage from an officer's body camera moments after an accident. That's exactly what the Live Oak Police Department says its new system is able to do. It's traded in the bulky cameras for a cell phone. You can see they're holstered inside the officer's uniform. They'd pat it, then it would start rolling. That video would then immediately be uploaded to a cloud. The Live Oak Police Department would have immediate access to it. They could see it in real time. Now, if someone outside of the department wants to see that footage, they'd have to file a request. The police department says this is a quicker way of getting information out to the public.
We want to be very time sensitive when we need to answer back to the community and answer back to our elected officials. And so being able to do that in almost real time is extremely valuable.
The police department says that new system has saved the city of Live Oak about $250,000.
A 3-year-old San Antonio boy's life got a little bit easier this afternoon. It's all thanks to a TMI Episcopal High School senior. As the Night Team's John Paul Barajas explains, the little boy suffers from a skeletal and muscular condition, making it very difficult to get around on his own. But a school assignment and a toy car giving him his freedom.
It's a red toy car with major and specific modifications. Suited specially for 3-year-old Yetzael Enriquez Perales. He suffers from nemaline myopathy, which makes it difficult for him to breathe on his own and also leaves him with muscle weakness throughout his entire body. Yetzael depends on his mom, Brenda, for almost everything. The first year I would ask God why? Why us? But now I ask for what? Because he has a purpose. And now one senior at TMI Episcopal came up with something that can give Yetzael more independence.
I designed these components in my computer.
Marcelo Martinez Sotomayor used a 3D printer and materials he bought from a store.
This is just a normal kickboard that you would see in a pool.
To fit this car to Yetzael's body, even adding room for Yetzael's medical equipment, and then made these joysticks, the gas, brakes, and steering.
So yeah, I did have to rewire it, which I would say would probably be more on the difficult end of this whole project.
Marcelo turned a 3-month-long school project into endless new memories and opportunities for Yetzael. He's going to have that liberty to be able to move where he wants because he likes to make decisions on his own too, said Mom. But she also says the new ride comes with added responsibilities. He can give me a ride. He can take me to the store. Now he can chauffeur me around, she joked. It's safe to say Marcelo passed his assignment, and Yetzael's mom is grateful, saying, "Thank you so much. Keep doing this for more kids, for more people, and continue helping the community of San Antonio." John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
I hope Marcelo realizes what a gift he has just given this little boy. We also want to point out that Yetzael sat in his new ride today. He hasn't driven it just yet. His mother promised as soon as he does, she'll be filming and she's going to send the video so we can share it with you. Love that story.
We're rooting for you.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. 56 degrees out there right now, and I don't think that's the camera that's losing focus. It's just starting to get a little foggy out there right now, but watch out in a few hours, Adam. Comes the wind.
Yeah, the wind's going to get rid of all that fog. It's going to scour it out of here, and you'll notice the gusts tomorrow first thing in the morning. Take a look at our futurecast. Wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour by sunrise, and that's going to be the case into the afternoon as well. It's not until around sunset tomorrow when the wind starts to simmer down and pump the brakes and become calm again tomorrow night. So tomorrow afternoon, a little on the cool side. Most of the day will be spent in the 50s for a lot of us. In the hill country, only in the 50s. 59 Burning, 59 Comfort, and of course earlier in the morning, some 40s. But we will get into the mid-60s farther south of town, Floresville, Poth, Nixon, Pleasanton as well, along with Poteet. A lot of sunshine tomorrow. Sunday, a cool start at 39, then sunny and 65 in the afternoon. Just a beautiful, great, seasonable day. We do have some cool mornings upon us. I mentioned the 39 on Sunday. Upper 30s again on Monday, back to work, back to school. I know we're going into the weekend, hard to wrap your mind around that, but have the jacket ready for the kids at the bus stop for Monday morning. And same thing goes for Tuesday. And then next week, those morning temperatures climb a little bit. Okay, this is last week's drought monitor. Remember, it's updated every Thursday, so we got the new one yesterday. I'm going to step off so you can see all these changes. I'm going to fade into the new one updated yesterday, and you see categorical changes, especially in San Antonio, Bexar County, and points eastward. Here's the caveat, though. This does not include any rainfall since 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning, and we had quite a bit of rain since 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning. We're going to isolate just this area of severe and extreme drought that we still have lingering, and I do anticipate improvements in this area. Here's a look at the rainfall that we had after 6 a.m. on Tuesday, which will be going into the consideration for the drought monitor next week. Around 2 inches in San Antonio, even up to 5 inches farther to the east. So this is the rain that's going to be taken into account and considered for next Thursday's drought monitor. So I do anticipate even further improvements. So stay tuned. We'll keep you updated, bring you the latest. Dip in the upper level flow here. You see that trough digging into Texas. This is the last of the parade of disturbances that we've had that brought us our good soaking rain. Most of the rain today was North Texas, Oklahoma, East Texas, and now pushing into Louisiana and Arkansas. This pattern will shift a little bit. It's going to simmer down and quiet down for a few days. We've got a sunny and dry stretch ahead of us. But then toward the end of the work week, we start to see things change a little bit. Upper level low starts to dig just to the west of us. That puts us in this Pacific flow aloft and a bit of a dirty flow with energy mixed in that could pop up clouds and showers at various intervals. In turn, 20% chance Friday and Saturday of next week. Basically dry up until a few isolated showers possible, but it doesn't look as rainy as what we just had.
Certainly does not. Thank you, Adam.
All right, we talked about the fact this was a winnable game for the Spurs. Did they win it, Larry?
Well, the game is still in progress.
Okay.
Last check, they were up 15 points, and Wemby was closing in on a double-double, 18 points, 9 rebounds, and he's also denying some shots. Plus, we've also got high school hoops tonight, some girls' district action coming up. Wemby and the Spurs are playing the Blazers right now. They're looking to win the season series 2-1. First quarter, Wembanyama will block Anthony Simmons. The Spurs break out the other way. Jeremy Sohan feeds Trey Jones. He's back from a sprained ankle, and he goes 3 for the Spurs' first lead, 10-9, and the Spurs bench is loving that. Now tied at 12, Trey steals the pass. He takes it back. Then he's going to lob it up high from Wemby, and that's a 7'4" slam dunk. Spurs trail 33-26 after 1, but they led 62-57 at halftime, and at last check, the Spurs were leading the Blazers 85-70. Now the Silver and Black will host Minnesota tomorrow night at 7:30. Let's go to Littleton Gym for a girls high school basketball doubleheader. District 28 6A heavyweight Brandeis trying to keep their winning ways alive against Johnson, who is desperate to stay in playoff contention. With time expiring in the third quarter, Johnson's sophomore Mackenzie Donald nails a triple to put the Jaguars up 7. Brandeis star Ryan Forcier, well, she can do it all herself. The senior goes coast to coast, finishing at the cup for 2, but it was Johnson's night. The Jags win 60-50.
We knew that this was an important game for us, so we kind of just focused. We locked in the whole game, and we knew that we needed this win.
We are in a position where we have to win these last 3 games just to kind of solidify a spot for playoffs. I just think they played so well together. They stuck to the game plan, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
On to the nightcap, the 25-2 Clark girls going up against 13-18 Madison. The beginning of this game was a Cameron Griffin highlight reel. Clark's 5'10" senior forward cashes in with a floater. Then the Cougars will go tic-tac-toe to Griffin for another bucket, and it's not over. Natalie Huff gets the steal, long pass to guess who? Griffin for the fast break layup. Huff reached 500 career assists tonight, and Clark wins 71-20. The UTSA women's basketball team is having a pretty good season so far in their first year in the American Athletic Conference. KSAT 12 Sports' Nick Mantis went out to the Roadrunners practice to find out about their mantra that has them cashing in during big moments.
If you find yourself at a UTSA women's basketball practice, you're gonna see some intensity, which is what's helped the Roadrunners to a 10-win season in their first year in the American Athletic Conference.
I'm super proud of just their ownership, and their desire to move the needle in the program, their desire to take another step and get over the hump and win some of the games that we were real close to last year. And we have a long way to go, but I like where we are.
One of the things that's kept this program very competitive this season is their mantra of cashing in each day, depositing hard work each day so you get to that goal at the end of the season of winning a championship. And the most outstanding player each game gets to wear this beautiful cash-in chain, which has built some competition between the players.
I think it's really cool. It helps the team keep the bigger picture. The cash-in is just a representation of every day you putting something into the program, and so hopefully at the end of the season we can be the ones carrying that trophy.
I think everybody in their head thinks about it okay, I have to get this chain today.
I think having that mantra makes people kind of just want to step up, because a lot of our games have been a new person every game that's getting the chain at the end of the game. So it's somebody else is buying into our culture every single day. I think we're a dangerous team, because as soon as everybody gets to that, this is what we need to do, this is what we have to do, then I think we'll just be the most successful team in the American Conference.
Nick Mantis, KSAT 12 Sports.
Thank you, Nick. Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell says the NFC Championship is just another game after the break.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Brock Purdy and the 49ers are getting ready to host the Lions for the NFC Championship. San Francisco is favored by 7 points. The Lions are 1 win away from their first Super Bowl appearance, and head coach Dan Campbell is keeping it real with the media.
The minute you start trying to make this greater than it really is, which is another football game right in front of you, and you prepare the same way, you practice the same way, you put your socks on the same way, that's when I think you run into problems. This is the next game, and and they've done this all year. Our guys have done it all year. We've done things right. We understand what it's going to take.
Here we are, second year in a row in the NFC Championship. Very thankful for it, but obviously we have a bigger goal in mind, and we have to handle business this Sunday. So that's where my mind is at with that.
The Chiefs and Ravens will play Sunday, 2 p.m. for the AFC Championship. The Lions and Niners at 5:30 Sunday afternoon for the NFC Crown. So Josh Reynolds plays for the Lions, Spencer Burford, the Niners. 2 SA guys, 1 will advance to the Super Bowl.
Those are 2 really good games.
They are.
You got any picks?
No.
Okay. I don't blame you, because I don't have any either, Larry.
Nope, I got them. Yeah. I always get them wrong.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Here's something to think about this weekend. You have time to save someone's life. KSAT Community wants to get everybody involved during National Blood Donor Month. If you want to schedule your first ever donation, or hey, if this is the kind of thing that you do regularly, visit donatebloodtoday.com so that you can schedule that.
All right, you may have seen this in the sky earlier this morning. these wavy, undulating clouds, asperatus clouds. I was taken in Bernie earlier today. We get them periodically. Sunny this weekend, just windy tomorrow, and a high of only 61. By Sunday, we get into the mid-60s, but that's after a cool morning in the upper 30s. Sunny and dry for several days this week, and seasonable. And temperatures, in the afternoon, a little above average, but not much. Some cool mornings, and then a slightly damp pattern may set in starting next Friday.
But no freezing temperatures.
No.
I like it. That's it for the Night Beat. Have a great weekend.
Yes, we'll see you on Monday. Good night.